Dhammapad, verse 10. The person who has removed the filth of the mind is piety, is virtuous, is restrained and truthful. He is entitled to wear the religious clothes. At one time, the worshippers of the Rajgriha, after hearing the sermon from Mahastave's Sariputta, collected donations and fed the union of the monk. At that time, a rich person had also given valuable cloth to the worshippers and instructed them to dispose of it and use the proceeds for the ceremony should there be any shortage of the funds, or if there were no such shortages, to offer it to any of the monks they thought fit. It so happened that there was no shortage of anything, and the cloth was to be offered to one of the monks. Since the two chief disciples visited Rajgriha only occasionally, the cloth was offered to Devdatta, who was a permanent resident of Rajgriha. The general public saw Devdatta wearing this garment. They started talking amongst themselves that Devdatta does not befit the robe and that the rightful person for the same is Sariputta. Buddha was residing in Shravasti in those days. A monk reached Shravasti from Rajgriha. In the course of the conversation, he told about the incident of the Rajgriha, how Devdatta was roaming with the new clothes and people were angry about it. Hearing these things, Shakyamuni said, "Monks, this is not for the first time that Devdatta has worn robes unbecoming to him. In a previous state of existence also, he wore robes which didn't befit him." So, saying this, Shakyamuni narrated the story of the past. Once upon a time, when King Brahmadatta used to rule in Varanasi, there dwelt in Benares a certain elephant hunter who made a living by killing elephants. In those days, Pacceka Buddha, an enlightened one that can't teach others, practiced in the forest. While wandering in the forest, whenever elephants saw the Pacceka Buddha, they bowed down to them and proceeded on their way. One day the elephant hunter saw their actions and thought, if I also get a yellow robe from somewhere, then I will be able to kill these elephants by tricking them. Thinking this, he started searching for the yellow robes. One day he saw a monk taking his clothes off and bathing in the pool. He stole the monk's clothes. Then, holding a spear in his hand, he waited for the elephants on their usual route. He killed the elephants one by one as they paid respect to the Pacceka Buddhas. And taking the tusk and other parts which were of value and burying the rest of the dead animal in the ground, he departed. Later on, the future Buddha, who had been reborn as an elephant, became the leader of the herd. At that time also, Elephant Hunter was pursuing the same tactics as before. The Bodhisattva elephant, according to the habit of his ancestors, proceeded by bowing down to the mortal. Noticing the dwindling number of elephants, he decided to investigate and followed his herd. The suspicion entered his mind. The fellow who sits in a certain place with a yellow robe drawn over his head must be causing the trouble. Thus, the head of the flock, after consulting all the elephants, sent the group of elephants forward and made it to the end. As usual, the elephant hunter threw a spear at the king elephant when the elephants bowed down. The elephant was careful and survived a spear blow. He caught hold of Hunter in his trunk and was about to attack him when he saw the yellow robe and decided to spare the hunter's life. The king elephant thought to himself, if I kill him, then thousands of Buddhas, Pacceka Buddhas and the monks will be ashamed to think that even the person who wears religious clothes can kill creatures. Therefore, he kept his patience and said him, you have committed a great sin by killing the elephants under the cover of the yellow robe, and that he was not at all worthy of such a saintly garb. When the Buddha has ended this lesson, he identified the characters in the Jataka as follows. At that time, the elephant hunter was Devdatta, and the noble elephant who rebuked him was I myself. The person who is free from defilements, who is well conducted and tranquil within, having emotions under control and aware of reality, only such person is worthy of the sacred stained cloth. Saying this, Buddha narrated the above verse. The Buddhist bows down in homage to the wearer of this robe. The robe signifies the Sangha, which is part of the Holy Trinity of the Buddhist. When a person is ordained as a Buddhist monk, the person feels that he has risen above the mundane realm and become a holy person. This feeling is reinforced when laymen bow down before him. The layman too gets inspiration by seeing and worshipping the wearer of the robe. That is why a person contaminated by profanity is not worthy of the yellow cloth. It is a sacrilege to wear it if he is impure. A man who doesn't even think of reducing jealousy, greed, etc., and if he wears religious clothes, then who can be more hypocritical and liar than him? Sacred clothing is designed to remind oneself of a person who has walked on a different path from worldly people and to become a symbol of truth and self-control. He knows the importance of high thoughts like modesty, morality and self-restraint and tries to follow it. Kindly subscribe to our channel if you want to know the precious thoughts of Dhammapada. May all beings be well and happy.